Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on New Jersey Revolution Radio. It's nice to have you here on a Sunday night at 8 o'clock to talk with our good friend Pat Noble on our regular episode. It's been a little long, a few weeks since we've had a What the Fuck is Going On in Trent with Pat Noble, but we're back and we're glad to join you. Pat, how are you tonight?
I'm all right. How are you doing, Brian?
I'm good. Things have been looking up for New Jersey Revolution Radio, and Pat, of course, you know you're one of the people we have to thank for that because we're nearing 100 episodes or 100 productions. We're going to celebrate that in Montclair on October 18th in your kind of neck of the woods up there, right? Or I'm sorry, the Socialist Party's neck of the woods up.
Yeah, I was going to say that's more your neck of the woods than mine, but
That's true.
I will be there.
We're all North Jersey.
Yeah. Yes, you are. Everything above me is North Jersey, so I will be in your neck of the woods.
So, and now you're confirmed, right, Pat? We can say here live tonight that you will be there doing a What the Fuck is Going On in Trenton.
Yep, you can say I will be live. I'll hold my phone up to the group in the room, but we will be live.
Very exciting stuff. You and a whole bunch of other people, comrades from all over the state, are coming up to put on hopefully what will be an entertaining show, an informative show, and an inspiring show. Because there's going to be a lot of inspiring people coming up there that have done a lot of neat things in our state. So sharing those stories. And if you can actually be there at the Trend Tea House in Montclair that night, you'll get to meet people and network with some comrades. And then one more thing, of course, I have to ask for money. You'll see behind me here. Please help our GoFundMe. If you go to the website, right at the top of the website, www.njrevolutionradio.com, there's a little GoFundMe thing. It's out on our Facebook page. All that. Please give. We had a great contribution. I got to thank Jackie Wenzel, the 32 Acres campaign going on there in Central Jersey. Donated $100. So it's so nice of her.
Nice.
Yeah, she's also an awesome activist. She's been I got a little kid running around. She's an awesome activist as well as a good sponsor of New Jersey Revolution Radio. So we thank her, and we appreciate anybody that can give. If you can't give 100, that's fine. 50, 25, 10, whatever it is, it helps. We're hoping to raise $2,000 by the time we hit that show, and I think we are going to do it. Pat.
Brian,
I was excited to do the promos. I think. Did you see the Quick Check promo?
I did. I like that.
Well, that's what's going on in Woodbridge.
Where was that exactly?
What's that?
Where was that exactly? I've never seen two Quick Checks across the street from each other.
It is that shortly after I filmed that promotional video, which you can see on our Facebook page. The universe actually started to suck in on itself and collapsed into a void. So those Quick Checks are gone into another dimension at this point.
Not just one; they're both gone now.
If you haven't seen it, I filmed a promo not far from where I live in Woodbridge. They are building a Quick Check, and it's directly across the street from a Quick Check. It's so funny. And it sounds like the blue. Everybody's heard the Lewis Black bit, right? The Starbucks across from a Starbucks. Well, this is the Jersey version. I guess that was the Seattle.
I've seen like a Wawa across the street from a Dunkin' Donuts. I've never seen a Quick Check across the street from a Quick Check before. So that was really special.
Give special credit to Joe the Worker. Joe the Worker for credit on that video, commenting that. Now you can drive by two Quick Checks on the way to Wawa. Which I thought was really
well played.
Joe the Worker on Facebook, everybody. Check out the threads and check out that promo. It was humorous, and I've been meaning to do it for a little bit. I finally got out of the house today long enough to do it. But that's what's going on up here in my neck of the woods. Pat, what the fuck is going on in Trenton? That's the name of the show.
Well, like you said, we haven't done one of these in a while, and that's because it has been somewhat quiet in Trenton ever since the budget battle got resolved with Sweeney seeming to win the day against Murphy. But the most recent thing that we were talking about privately a couple of days ago is the fight over New Jersey breweries.
Yes. So, right, breweries, because We've all been very worried about the brewery industry in the state. It seems to be very top. You know, when I campaign and when I knock on doors for candidates, the first thing they say is, "Oh, I'm all worried about the beer industry."
Yes.
Right.
But it seems like New Jersey is up to 80 some odd breweries now.
Yes.
Which I didn't realize until I read it.
Right.
I mean, I know a handful of them, but I didn't realize we were up to around 80 or so. But the Alcohol and Beverage Commission is cracking down on them, even though they're all licensed and they're all fine and they're not doing anything legal. Now they're being cracked down on. Now they have restrictions on how many events they can do a year, what they can do and not do. But don't worry, though, because they are allowed to sell, hold on to the table. They're cracking down on how many events they can have, but they can sell packaged pretzels. They can sell packaged crackers now.
Ooh.
Yeah, I guess that's the trade-off, right?
So you can have a beer and a third-grade snack.
Yes, exactly. They're sucking the livelihood out of New Jersey businesses, but don't worry because they're allowed to sell packaged crackers.
That'll save them.
It's really incredible. They're not doing anything wrong, not hurting anybody. It's not like they're the state's coming to tax them for something that they're not doing already.
So now, as I recall, it wasn't long ago that our state legislature was touting the virtues of these businesses and had passed some laws to make it easier for them to do this kind of thing. That they were a little too restrictive, and now we've reversed course. And now I read. And
granted, I've never heard of Trenton doing something contradictory before. So this is really something else.
Well, I mean, so I'm reading this, and we get a quote from our state senator, our state assemblyman, and the speaker of the assembly, Craig Coughlin, who happens to be my assemblyman. And he said, well, we had to make sure we were looking out for these craft brewers. I'm paraphrasing here. We have to make sure that we look out for these craft brewers and also for other interested parties. Other interested parties.
Who is that?
Fucking shady ass shit.
Yeah.
How do you say that with a straight face?
Yeah.
Other interested.
What? Because Coughlin and them are more interested in drinking the Coors Light piss water than they are what some of these brewers in New Jersey are putting out.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
they're more worried about the TGI Fridays and the Chili's than they are about the New Jersey businesses.
There's always a backlash. Here's my theory.
Yeah.
Here's my conspiracy theory, which I don't think is too far off.
Yeah.
I don't. And, I'll make a point here that I'd love to not just spout off on conspiracy theories. I'd love to have a reporter who could dig into these things, but we just, but part of the reason why we're raising money.
It's really a question of why, though.
Well, it is. I know why.
They're not coming to the brewers, with the new tax. They're not coming to them, with their hands out, demanding more money. It's bizarre.
It's not.
They're not coming to them with anything.
Not if you understand what goes on in that horrible, horrible town.
Yeah.
In the middle of our
what's going on? Hold on. The last time we did one of these segments, you brought sound effects on here, so I brought a prop.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, he's got
Asbury Park Brewery. Beautiful.
Do we have any beer in the fridge? Do we have any beer? I'm asking my production assistant if I can have a beer with you.
I got the Sea Dragon right here.
Go see if we have a beer in the fridge. I'm gonna have a beer if there's a beer in the fridge.
Yeah, beautiful.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna see if I can get a beer here.
Yeah. New Jersey brewery. Didn't hurt anybody.
No.
They're not being taxed anymore. There's no other fees coming out. Are they bored in Trenton? Is that what it is? I mean, but Murphy and Sweeney are done punching each other for the moment, so they're bored and they want to do something else.
I don't. Well, okay. So, yes. First off, because I think they wanted to. What is this? This is not. That's not. That's a Smirnoff Ice.
Oh,
what an insult! I know. I don't have any beer. I'm not a big drinker.
God.
If I have beer in there, it's been left over for years. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, no beer in the fridge. Okay, so
I should mention I bought that special for the show tonight.
now I really want a beer. I had some wine earlier. Heather came over and we had I had a glass of
nice.
wine. That was it. But yeah, I probably
Nice.
shouldn't drink him right away. Hey, but now, so this is my conspiracy theory. Now, so you have this law passed back a few years ago to, make it easier on these microbrews and these whatever you call it. And then you have the backlash in Trenton, and all these bigger breweries said, wait, we got to lobby for our own side of the story here.
Mm-hmm.
And they got involved and helped, back this law. I'm sure we won't have to look too far. And again, I didn't look at all because, we're only part-time here. And, I wish we could hire a reporter to be in the State House like Pat. Pat would be more useful, I'm sure, in the State House reporting. But, we'll need to raise a little more funds to do that. But, what the result is new legislation written on, with this input from these lobbyists, and it favors their industry again. Rather than, because there always has to be a balance, because this is capitalism. And when Coughlin said that, when he said other interested parties, one, he shouldn't be embarrassed to say who it is, and he is embarrassed to say who it is, whoever it is. Other interested parties means, well, I'm doing some shady shit with people I don't want you to know about, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't like hearing that exactly, because I'd like to know who's influencing my government.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to balance that with the interests of the working class, and why we need to change the system, right? Why we need to get out of this model of economics.
Yeah.
Is because I don't give a shit about the bourgeoisie. I don't give a shit about the large corporations. I want a system that only works for, what ultimately would be a classless society. But if we have to prefer a class, let's prefer our class, the working class.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Well, it's the only class to stand behind until we get to a different point, I guess.
Why are other interested parties having input? I don't give a shit about them.
Well, like you said, but money talks and bullshit walks. So they're donating to the campaigns. They have more influence than the 80 or so microbreweries in New Jersey. What are they going to do that exerts influence among a legislator, even in their own district?
Well, I think that
But
these
the big breweries, they can donate, they can lobby.
Well, I don't know if these microbreweries were involved in lobbying, but they will be now, I bet you.
Yeah.
You watch, there's going to be another wave now. Because this actually had a lot of public outcry. We're a little late on this one. It's been out for a few, and everywhere you go, people are talking about it. I was I was in the store, and I could hear the cashier in front of me talking to the other cashier about it. And the same shit. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, who's concerned? Who was concerned about this in the first place? Nobody.
Like I said, there is no big end game to this kind of provoking this kind of fight.
I had the opportunity to speak to a judge a couple of weeks ago because of the Poor People's Campaign arrest. And
okay. I thought maybe it was something else.
No.
Oh, okay.
So, it was kind of neat. I give respect. I don't usually respect the American system too much, but I'll tell you this, that the judge allowed everybody to make a statement, and everybody just took the opportunity to make some kind of political statement, why they were involved or whatever. We kept it short. But it was inspiring to hear, there's a couple dozen people up there who had gotten arrested during this campaign, and to hear everybody's reason or thoughts and different things that motivated them or different statements that people were trying to make, I thought was valuable to everybody in the room. It's too bad we couldn't record it. We couldn't bring anything in to distribute it. But I said in mine that, I've watched the system work so well for the rich and the upper class. And I used the example of the bill that they passed last year, which gave a tax break to people who buy luxury yachts.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here working on a $15 minimum wage, which seems like, since I'm watching my kids grow up before they can even get that done, and what it looks like it's going to be is going to get done really, really poorly and really, really late. Because Sweeney, we'll get into Sweeney in a minute. But, it's so easy to get stuff done for the capitalist class. It's so easy to get something done. Yeah. But when it comes time to do something for people that just want to work for a living and have health care and have a little house with a dog and a yard and shit, and don't really need to hoard money like a lunatic to live, we can't ever get done. We can't get nothing done.
they've got nothing for us. They have nothing for us. Even when we were talking about $15 a couple of years ago,
Oh my God.
it was 15, but we're going to carve all these people out, and it's going to be this many years out, and they've got nothing for us. But like you said, no problem. Having a tax break for folks that want to buy a yacht. No problem talking about reducing the income tax for the top bracket, or at least not raising it as much as Governor Murphy wanted to. No problem. But when it comes time to give something to working people, they don't have nothing. They have nothing waiting for us. And I think that's what people have to get. I mean, we're in the midterms right now. They're talking about flipping a few districts in New Jersey. Gotta like the Democrats, right? But look at our legislature. They have nothing for us. They've had nothing for us. Putting aside the fact that the Democrats have a strong majority in both houses of the New Jersey legislature, you know what? On New Jersey Revolution Radio, they have jack shit waiting for you. Nothing. Nothing. They don't. Not even tokens. They've got nothing waiting for you. And you think electing a couple of these jackoffs to the Congress is going to make any difference? No.
In CD7, where, as everybody knows, I have my most information in Mount. The feminists have decided
and selfless plug, the Socialist Party just endorsed Diane.
True.
For Congress, so.
True. So what I've seen is the liberal feminists flock to a white, wealthy, or I don't know if he's wealthy actually. Let's just say a white man who came in out of nowhere to fight for the cause of feminism over the progressive woman who's lived in New Jersey her whole life.
Well, look at the demographic. I mean, generally speaking, putting aside how horrible Hillary Clinton was, but generally speaking, white women voted for Trump over Clinton. So it's not really a question anymore of if you have a decent person running for Congress, they're going to vote for their own interests.
So you did endorse Diane, as we know. We had Comrade Palmucci on the broadcast that we did a live stream.
I saw that. That was pretty good.
He did good for a first appearance, I think, and I hope you all are proud of him.
Always. I saw him earlier today.
Cool. Were you part of the discussion getting her endorsed?
I'm sorry?
In your role with Socialist Party, were you part of that discussion getting her endorsed?
I mean, I was definitely in the room. I think John took the initiative.
Right.
We Diane met with our North Jersey local a couple of weeks back. She actually left her own campaign a day of petitioning. I'm sorry, not petitioning, canvassing.
Right.
To be with our local folks up in Bloomfield. Met with the local, answered all their questions. Local endorsed, state committee endorsed. We went to our national committee, and they backed the endorsement.
Okay.
So I was very excited that we got that down without a hitch. But all credit to John for sort of moving that forward. I didn't think that was going to happen. I'm glad it did.
Cool.
But
yeah, we were. Oh, did you cut out on me a little bit there? Hello. Oh, he's taking a drink. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm going a little slow there. Well, we were happy, I know, over at the Green Party to see the work between the two groups, which is something, when I started Revolution, even when I started 15 now, I wanted to get these groups to kind of work together.
And don't get me wrong, I mean, excuse me, I'm not one for airing dirty laundry in public, but I think I think the Green Party and Socialist Party in Jersey don't have the best relationship, which speaks entirely to Diane's quality as a candidate, to the campaign that she's running. That we would essentially say, fuck all the bad blood and past issues we have. We have a dynamite candidate in the 7th district, and we want to endorse her. We want to get behind her. I think that's what it really is.
I would say, look, and many of us get along, though, even though, there was an issue with it. And just so people know, but there was an issue with cross-endorsing a few years ago. We were trying to get someone off the ground, and it fell through.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think the bad blood depends on who you talk to.
Outside of the hat racks that we all carry with us, wearing one half of this and one half of that, I think we all get along pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, so and part of healing that rift is doing stuff like campaigning together, and I think it's just important with as few people as we have on the left, and we have to be realistic about our capacity, right? You can't, if you overextend your capacity, you don't do good things. You just do half-assed shit put together shoddily, and it really never amounts to nothing. So part of, having capacity to do things is sharing resources and sharing where we can work together. And I'm very glad that the Socialist Party hopped on the Moxley campaign, and hopefully it's a sign of bigger things to come down the road. I know that's my hope. So that's not funny. That wasn't funny.
What's that?
That segment. I guess we could be serious every once in a while, huh?
Yeah, every once in a while. Not too much. People won't tune in.
Well, look, we're happy to work together, and I guess you guys have some stuff going on. There's some healthcare thing that you guys are up to. What's going on that we're talking about?
I mean, not the Socialist Party specifically, but tomorrow night there's a healthcare forum in Red Bank.
Okay.
With Lynn Petrovich. She's going to be on the panel talking about healthcare, single payer.
Good.
So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be there. Next month, November, we're talking about a regional forum for the Socialist Party up in Newark.
Mm-hmm.
I believe New Jersey Revolution Radio is going to have a panel there, if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
Oh, that's the thing that Lark is setting up, right?
Yeah.
She's awesome,
yes.
man. Yeah. Cool. We will. Yes,
Brian Powers is going to be on a panel at the Regional Socialist Party Forum.
That is cool. I did say yes, and I will be there. It's on my calendar.
Yes.
So cool. And before and of course, I did promise to talk about Sweeney.
And I did want to mention, not really New Jersey, but if we head across the Hudson River into no man's land, if you go on Facebook, the New York City, I agree with the facial expression. The New York City Party is doing a series of panel events that feature Howie Hawkins, the Green Party's governor for New York.
More
I was actually at the one this past was it Tuesday or Wednesday, but went very well. So tune into the Facebook page for Howie's campaign as well as the New York City Socialist Party. They'll be doing panels every week up until Election Day.
Oh, nice. That's great, man. It's a good place. I did not see the debate yet. I'll check it out when I get a chance. Steve Sweeney is still in New Jersey. Let's get back
Oh, my God. Can we send him to New York?
This guy's a fucking dick, man. What is wrong with him?
I'm going to tell you what I think he's doing, and this is way out of left field. In a couple of years, maybe we can come back to this recording. I think he's getting ready to primary Murphy. A couple of years out, I mean, where else does this end?
I mean, is he?
He wants to be governor.
He'll have very little support. That you would need a Democratic Party with a spine to stand up to Phil Murphy, which they haven't had. They didn't have a spine to stand up to Chris Christie.
Doing now. I mean, Murphy, for all his trotting around the state, he doesn't appear to have that much support in Trenton right now. He lost the budget battle. We're over 6 months into his first term, and he has no major legislative achievements to show for it.
He's screwing up weed.
Yeah, he couldn't get that. He couldn't get legalized marijuana. He couldn't get 15 an hour in any meaningful way.
Well, that's where. But that's Sweeney. I mean, we could blame. But the blame has got to be on Sweeney, and I think that in a lot of those cases,
the blame
Sweeney
is not on Sweeney because Sweeney is not the governor. The blame is on Murphy for not knowing how to.
Sweeney just came out. Did you see? Now this is where Steve Sweeney. It just gets. I mean, Steve Sweeney's up on a podium a couple of years ago, literally a couple of years ago. We're gonna get 15. We're gonna put it on the ballot. We're gonna yay, and then he never did shit. He never put it on the ballot. He lied. He lied. He lied. And now he's in. I don't know if you saw this, man. He's doing press conferences saying, "Well, maybe we'll wait till next year again." This dude is a dirtbag,
Phil
and
Murphy
everybody
calling it
knows
out on this shit? Where's Phil Murphy, being a politician, being the governor of this state, calling out Steve Sweeney on this?
Nobody's calling out Steve Sweeney. Where's anybody calling out Steve Sweeney on any of his nonsense?
But that's the point, right? The only person who should have the stones to call out Steve Sweeney is Phil Murphy, and he's not doing it.
We are.
Yeah, we are.
We are.
Yeah.
Which is why people got to support us. Honestly, I mean, that's why they get away with this. It is. You're right. If Phil Murphy isn't bringing it up, but it's not just Phil.
Not.
I think
He is useless on all of these issues. Not that he's not. He seems like a decent guy. He seems like he has decent positions on some of these issues.
He's progressive.
He's
progressive.
As far as
Goldman Sachs, as far as Goldman Sachs guy,
he's certainly more progressive than Phil Murphy. I'm sorry, more progressive than Steve Sweeney is.
Yeah, well, so was Ronald
But
Reagan.
He's not doing shit. He's not doing anything. I mean, granted, and I think I brought this up on the last time we did one of these podcasts.
Yeah.
I mean, when Chris Christie was around, for all the bad shit that he did, he at least when he was talking about pension reform and healthcare reform, he's barnstorming the state. He's doing town halls throughout the state. He's talking to New Jersey people.
Yeah.
And like I said, for everything bad that he did, that actually worked because it actually played well. And you look at Murphy, and what does he do? He sets up a front group with his allies for the when they had the budget fight a few months back. That's what he thinks leadership is.
Yes, that's corporate Democratic Party leadership. He didn't learn from organizing grassroots stuff.
And he lost, and that's why he lost, because Phil Murphy has no idea what New Jersey is like.
Well, he just got here.
He spent $10 million to buy the election.
Yeah.
And he hasn't the slightest fucking idea what he's doing.
No, but he's got people around him telling him this corporate model, this program that you run works. And it's
he's reading out of a book entitled Corzine 101. If the Democrats want to keep the governor's seat for more than one term, they need to shape the fuck up.
That's low. You really hit below the belt, man.
I did.
That just right there.
But they don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get what New Jersey's like. They have no concept of how to get things passed. Murphy seems to have no interest in dealing with Steve Sweeney. Even watered down things. What is he? Okay, Murphy's been in office for 8 months now. What does he have to show for it? What?
Well, state workers are happy with him. They got a contract.
Yeah, they're happy. I'd be happy too.
My employer is happy.
Yes.
After many years of waiting, and they got a crummy raise.
Yeah,
it's a raise.
But Murphy presented himself as the new way for New Jersey, this new progressive dawn. He's done nothing. Nothing. And granted, I don't think there's a limit to what he can do because he's a Democrat, because he has Steve Sweeney blocking his path on anything progressive you might want to do.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
What I'm very confused about though is the reason why Sweeney doesn't run for governor is because this whole establishment lines up behind Murphy. And then he gets in office, and they're like, we ain't doing shit. Why'd you line up behind this guy?
That's why I said what I said. I think that's where this show ends. Sweeney running against Murphy.
But he's like you said, he's only been in office for 8 months. Why did they flip this guy to Bird the instant that he gets into office? Why aren't they at least working with him to start? Why did it seems like he got into office and everybody just said, "Screw you, we're all with Sweeney." Well, why'd you? You're the 21
They didn't have
county
a
chairs
choice.
endorsed
They
this guy.
didn't have a choice.
21 county chairs endorsed this guy. Didn't one of these people speak out during the? Not one of these people spoke out during the primaries and said, Steve Sweeney should run.
You walk in with
Nobody
$10
backed
million
anybody
and you
else.
see how they respond to you.
But then why? Then don't give the guy a hard time when he gets into office. You put him there because you bought and paid for.
They put him there because up until that primary happened, everyone assumed it was going to be a drag-out fight between Steve Sweeney and Steve Phillips up in Jersey City.
True.
And then Murphy comes in and he throws his $10 million on the table. Goldman Sachs guy's got that money to spend. I'm going to buy an election. And he scared all those people off.
Well, it shows you that these people have no spines whatsoever.
No, they don't.
If you're going
They
into that,
have
and
no
you're really,
spine, but they simultaneously control the state government in Trenton.
but you gotta make. You understand what I'm saying here, right?
I know.
They get. I don't get it. Anyway, we have until October 18th, and then we'll have more to complain about by then, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right? I'm looking forward to that. Is there anything else? We did our plugs kind of in the middle today, but there was anything else that's cool. But was there anything else we forgot?
I think we're good. We got like I said, we got the regional Socialist Party event coming up. We've got the healthcare forum at Red Bank coming up tomorrow.
Yes.
With Lynn Petrovich, who's going to be talking single payer.
Nice. And there's a lot of that talk going on around the state. I'm glad to hear these different groups getting involved.
Yeah.
I believe I tweeted out while I was drinking with Heather this afternoon, I think, that I did tweet out that I want improved Cuban care for all. I think they're trying to do improved Medicare for all. I like to always take it a step forward. So improved Cuban care for all is going to be the cry here on New Jersey Revolution Radio. All right. Thanks a lot for joining us. Please, again, if you get a chance, go to the homepage, www.njrevolutionradio.com. There is a GoFundMe in the top banner. We need a few dollars from everybody, and that'll give us enough to get to our goal and start taking this thing to the next level. And at the anniversary or at the 100th episode show, we will be talking a little bit about the plans we're making for the future here at NJRR, because there are plans to get bigger and better. Pat, you're going to be a part of that, right?
I will be there, and just a plug. Trend Coffee is fantastic. Get the espresso.
Great, yes.
Yeah,
excellent.
Great time.
Excellent espresso.
Looking forward to it.
All right, comrade. Thank you very much, and thank you all out there. We'll see you soon. Good night.
Have a good night, everyone.